Hello, this is Caleb with Think Bold, and we have today with ourselves Mr. Malcolm. So,
Malcolm K. Johnson, how are you?
yes, sir. I'm doing good. So, tell us a little bit about yourself or what you have going on.
Well, I wear many hats. As you see, I have one on right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm actually a licensed realtor in the state of Florida. I've been doing real estate for 20 years.
Yes, sir.
But I also volunteer and help out with kids, doing mentoring,
Yes, sir.
tutoring. I like to see the children realize the potential themselves. So
Yes, sir.
I started getting involved in some things. And one of the things that we got involved with was aviation.
Yes, sir.
A friend of mine bought his camp to town and came around to a couple organizations I belong to, 100 Black Men of Jacksonville, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity,
Yes, sir.
and asked us if we had any children that he can use for his camp. Expose some things to. And, everyone looked at him like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I do aviation camp. I teach kids how to fly. I'm a licensed pilot.
Yes, sir.
And the light bulb went off. Like, man, if I had this opportunity and exposure when I was a kid, where could I be right now?
Sure.
And when he started explaining it and pontificating about what the camp would be and how you build characteristics, you build confidence, and then you build the child up, it was just like an epiphany.
Yes, sir.
And so my mission now, we've been doing this for like 15 years, is to make sure we expose as many people to this industry as possible.
Yes, sir.
Because, as he says, aviation is only 100 years old, 115 by now. And you're starting to see more commercials about the airlines are actually actively looking for pilots now.
Yes, sir.
Is because those people that got into the industry back then are all aging out.
Yes, sir.
So you got to have a backfill to fill those positions that are coming available, or the industry will collapse.
Exactly.
So they got to teach kids how to fly, and it's like riding a bike or driving a car.
Yeah.
When we told the parents, look, we're going to start your child off the first day, have them bring a bathing suit.
Yeah.
Oh, my child can't swim. My child is scared of water. They have to bring a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And the characteristics, well, what does that have to do with flying? Nothing. It's all about building that child's confidence because, oh, I can't swim. I can't. Yes, you can. Stand up. It's only 4 feet of water.
Exactly.
You're 5'2". So, oh, I can do this now.
Yeah.
So now you start building them up, and by the end of the week, they actually have to go on a solo discovery flight.
Yes, sir.
So they fly from now Jacksonville to St. Augustine, turn around and switch pilots and fly back.
Wow.
So it's a very rewarding and life-changing experience.
True.
So I wanted to expose that through the Think Bold, because that was a bold thought that he had to create the camp to bring people that look like us
Yes, sir.
to that aviation industry.
I hear you. So, moving towards, now that has all been established, that camp, how are you trying to see it grow and what ways are you guys going about growing that camp?
Well, we actually do the camp in Charlotte, New Orleans, and OBAP, which is the Organization of Black Airline Professionals, will do camps all over the nation.
Yes, sir.
But Charlton Aviation and the Bay Fund, which is Black Aviation Fund, which goes and coincides with each other to fund those classes that those individuals can take,
Yes, sir.
support youngsters all over the country.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're just trying to do, expose as many people, because you need the numbers to backfill. And you're putting someone into a career that can change the trajectory of their family for ages and generations to come.
Yes, sir.
You figure pilots make a good deal.
Yeah.
We had one kid in camp. He started when he was 12.
Wow.
I went to a camp in Charlotte a year ago, 2 years ago now. He was in the camp as a pilot,
Okay.
as a counselor, saying to these kids, this is possible.
Exactly.
And he's a pilot for an airline. He flies internationally,
True.
making 250 plus a year at 26.
Well, my 26th birthday coming up.
So,
You guys got some
so
thoughts?
if you get into it early enough,
Yes, sir.
You can real now imagine you're 26 years old. You make
Exactly.
$250,000 a year. What can you do for your brothers and sisters that are trying to go to school behind you?
Yes, sir.
Don't have to worry about loans.
Exactly.
Don't have to worry about, oh, this is impossible. If I can see my brother flying, I can do this.
Exactly.
Now it pulls that veil back, and it makes everything possible.
True. So given that exposure and like you said, a person of many hats as you described yourself. So it's like in this industry, right? There needs to be more exposure. Now you do also real estate. Is there any other industries that you also see that need what you're doing for aviation right now?
Well, there are a lot of things that, as a culture, we weren't exposed to.
Yes.
Financial literacy is one.
Right.
I mean, and because of the public education is cutting all this stuff out of public education,
Yes.
civics, banking. Most of
Exactly.
these kids don't even know how to balance a checkbook because they don't know what a checkbook is.
Exactly.
It's all cash at me, Venmo me, or
Yeah.
boom, it appears. It's like, oh, where'd the money come from?
Yeah.
They don't understand that you have to go out and work for the money.
Exactly.
Then you have to put the money in your financial institution, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and manage it so it's there when you want to send somebody a cash app or receive a cash app. You have that set up. You can't say, well, I got cash app, send me some money, and
Yeah.
it's like, where am I sending it from?
Exactly.
And when you do get it, where is it going to go?
True. And then once it does get to you, where you going to spend it on? So it's just having that mentality overall. Now, what do you feel like is the biggest mission? So now they have the jobs, but like you said, mentoring. What are the characteristics that you're trying to instill into them at a young age right now? That's highlighted right now.
Just to be a person of your word.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the baseline. If you have no loyalty and no morals,
Exactly.
no one wants to really deal with you
Exactly.
because you won't be consistent.
True.
So consistency, loyalty, have a moral compass, and know who you are.
True.
Stop trying to be like everybody else.
That's understood. No, definitely. Being unique, being set apart, especially nowadays where so much content, so much information is so easy to make, so easy to get access to it, and then people want to replicate it for a certain reward that they see everyone else getting. It's hard for a lot of them to not go into it. So
Well, it's a microwave society
exactly,
because you have access on your phone 24 hours a day to something that you see, and you see that it's building up so quickly.
exactly,
Oh, well, maybe I can jump in there and do this and put in the work first.
exactly,
You know, some of these people, and they always laugh about it. Oh, he's an internet comic, or he's a social media millionaire.
yeah,
Hey, you got 1 million followers, but what are you really doing? How did that person get those 1 million followers?
exactly.
What did they do to do it? You got kids coming out of high school today. Oh, I'm gonna be an influencer. Who are you gonna influence?
Who you gonna influence? How you gonna influence them?
What background do you have to say that you're the subject matter professional on this?
Exactly.
What's going on? Where did you get your experience from to influence?
Where's the credibility? And another thing too, like what we were talking about, understanding financial literacy. Now with this program, now it prompts and it gives an opportunity for them to have good financial success and a career that's going to be stable. Now in this program, do you guys help them with that financial literacy aspect leading to when they get the career?
Well, it's a part of the camp. I mean, the camp is character building, confidence building, and allowing people to have a dream and transform that dream into something real.
Yes, sir.
So, everyone has a goal or a dream. You turn that dream into a goal, then you turn that goal into realization. We help them focus and fine tune that and how to see it. So you also put people in their path that they can say, well, let me call Captain Charlton, let me call Captain Acosta, because now you have these people that you can talk to.
Exactly.
Your parents may not have the wherewithal. Now you have someone that say, okay, let's get you this resource. Let's figure this out with you. And it's not a knock on anyone's parents or anyone's background. It's just,
Exactly.
it's a village. We like to build a village
Exactly.
because I don't know everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call somebody.
Not true.
And be like, hey, let me put you in touch with this person. This person will get you where you need to be. Check back with me and let me know how it turned out.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we're supposed to do.
So now we got what's going to happen in the program, the things we build up in them and stuff while they're going through it, and what will lead after it. But for people who may have kids or just someone with a mindset right now, what are you looking for someone to enter into the program with? Now, you have the aspect of, open-minded, but what are some characteristics that would really help them really succeed in this program?
Doesn't really matter because once you get them in, you mold them where you want them to be.
Yes, sir.
In fact, we were joking with each other one day, and the conversation came up like you just asked. And they was like, look, we want the kids that were the troublemakers,
Yeah.
that were the bullies, that were getting ready to fail out of school.
Exactly.
Because they have no fear. And then once you mold them, they take that and they fine tune it.
Yes, sir.
Now you have concentration.
Exactly.
Now you have success.
Sure.
So any type of child, give me the timid child. Let me build them up.
Sure.
Give me the tough child. Let me break them down and point them in a direction with that same strength.
Yes, sir.
So anyone can be exposed to it and make it work.
Exactly.
You just got to have the support with it.
Yes, sir.
And so we try to add that support in that system.
Sure. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you got the energy, you got the tools, but without the purpose, it doesn't fall in line the way that it needs to make it edifying, to make it prosperous at the end of the day. And with that being said, as an individual working in this program, right, there's the mission of what they're doing overall. But for you, going in as many times as you do go in to get involved with the program, how do you think, both specifically, to apply yourself to that organization?
I just try to be an asset. That was one of the reasons I brought them to Think Bold.
Yes, sir.
To get them more exposure, to get exposure not only to the program,
Yes, sir.
but to expose the program to the masses.
Yes, sir.
So people can say, okay, I want to be a part of that. How do I become a part of that? We've done camps. The one in Charlotte, we had kids come from Oklahoma, California, and this is a 1-week course.
Yes, sir.
They had to pay for hotels. They had to pay for their own food.
Yeah.
So you have parents sending their children here from those places for a week. We didn't house them.
Yeah.
So they really wanted to do, but as we went on the program, places have given us, like colleges have given us their dorms and say, hey, we like your program so much, we want to house them for the week.
Yes, sir.
So now it's an on-campus program for a week,
Yes, sir.
and it cuts the cost.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But they see the picture,
True.
and they want to be a part of it. So I got involved because I want to be a part of it,
Yes, sir.
and that's why we're here.
All right. Well, that was a great just introduction of the program and presentation of it from Mr. Malcolm. And for all our bold thinkers that are tuning in, thank you for the support. Continue to watch. It's been your host, Caleb, and continue to think bold.